Run the thing. Richard out with the game, we no fear of it. Pulsechain and rise, I'm in number full of speed. HEX Pulschain, we stop them in my Rolex. Incentive token, power like diamond, big no flex. It's a Richard out that run the crypto scene. NCC, I try to test, but we mash up the scheme. Pulsechain, a bubble every dribble, make it clean. Expand the rise, my bank account looking mean. Lamborghini doors, them a fly like bird. World's largest diamond, power wrist, that's my word. Rolex for me and every tick, every top. Me invest in the best, nobody watch the stock. Richard out with the game, we no fear of it. Pulsechain and rise, I'm in Lambo full of speed. HEX Pulschain, we stop them in my Rolex. Incentive token, power like diamond, big no flex. No walk through the streets, no wealth car, I Pulsechain are the future, and that we are right. Richard out lead the way, SSC just up the bride. My chain, heavy, my success can't deny. We make the crypto world bow down, pay respect. Pulsechain not the move, it's a global project. Incentive token, pay my big checks, my collect. The Lambo them a roll out cash. Richard out with the game, we no fear of it. Pulsechain and rise, I'm in Lambo full of speed. HEX Pulschain, we stop them in my Rolex. Incentive token, power like diamond, big no flex. Said the future bright, me not take no loss. Richard out, mash up the SOC, them not the boss. HEX pa my mind, every dollar my cost. Pulsechain for the people, we never double cross. Rolex pa my wrist, diamonds, them a clean. Lambo them a line up like a royal team. Biggest diamond in the world, my vision like a dream. Richard out a lead the way, the kid Richard out with the game, we no feel of it. Pulsechain and rise, I'm in Lambo full of speed. HEX Pulschain, we stop them in my Rolex. Incentive token, power like diamond, big no flex. We said the future bright, me not take no loss. Richard out, mash up the SOC, them not the boss. HEX pa my mind, every dollar my toss. Pulsechain for the people, we never double cross. Rolex pa my wrist, diamonds them a gleam. Lambo them a line up like a royal team. Biggest diamond in the world, my vision like a dream. Richard out a lead the way, the kid real short round with the king, we no feel of it. Pulsechain and rise, I'm in Lambo full of speed. HEX Pulschain, we stop them in my Rolex. Incentive token, power like dash, my fly high. For real, we are the dance, the crypto kings. Richard out a lead, with the top of the things. Richard out a lead, with the top of the things.
What the hex is you guys talking about?
Good morning, you guys. When Bob's.
Hickory dickory dock, Black Rock sucks a big cock.
Decentralized immutable blockchains are useless. Decentralized immutable blockchains are amazing. The problem is there is only one decentralized immutable blockchain, and that's Bitcoin. See, this is the, Scott, let me explain something to you. I love decentralized immutable blockchains. The problem is you are using it as a plural, and you don't understand that there is no plural version of decentralized immutable blockchains. There is just a singular version of a decentralized immutable blockchain. That blockchain is Bitcoin. That is why I love Bitcoin, and that is why I think everything else is trash, because they are not decentralized and they are not immutable, and most of them are not even blockchains, because you need to have proof of work to be a blockchain. Okay, I really hope that clears it up.
And X went up like,
yeah, but Richard Hart is mad lit.
so Doe's not lit, but Richard Hart is lit.
No, Doe is the LARPer.
Doe or Richard? You're taking one home.
Richard, 100%.
You people watching right now are going to lose millions of more dollars because you avoid the wonderful advice that I give you for free. Not your keys, not your coins. You got admin keys, you're going to get wrecked. It's that simple. It's that easy. Cryptocurrency was invented to get rid of counterparty risk. You are injecting counterparty risk by giving other people your keys. If you're giving other people your Bitcoin for yield, you're going to lose your money. If you're giving other people your crypto for yield, you're going to lose your money. We've got trustless systems now that remove the need for trust. Use them. This is what Bitcoin was invented for. So I try and save people.
What the hex?
What the hex? Why am I
Why
down
are we?
here?
Why?
Get me
who's
out
the
of this
captain?
position.
Who's the captain now?
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's cooler
This
down
way.
here. Yeah.
So,
What the
guys,
heck's
did
you
you hear
guys?
that Pulsechain is using the proof of I'm not working for you?
Interesting, right?
Uh,
We should
good
send
one,
Tone
Peter.
Vase a postcard.
Oh yeah, and dear listeners, if you hear the word postcard, you have to take a shot of insulin.
Of insulin. Oh.
Wow.
Well, guys, it's been a lovely week. It's funny. We were underground last week, and we said, "Yeah, this is okay.
This is
Everything's
it, right?
fine. This is fine. Yeah,
Time to go. Time to
Yeah.
load the
Go where?
wagon.
yes."
Yeah,
And,
let's fucking go deeper.
Exactly.
How low can you go? But you know what? It's the okay. So, just as a footnote, we're going to explore some things today, no
Very
doubt,
deep down.
and commiserate a little bit. But understand this is the broader macros are absolutely winky wonky right now.
Yeah.
A lot of things are aligning in the opposite direction, no doubt.
Everything is
But
down.
Everything is gaining one chromosome.
but this is yet another test. You know, how would
Of
cryptocurrency weather these market
What are we
conditions?
testing here?
Just hodl it. What are we
Just
testing?
Totally.
I mean, your president, your guys in office, the pro crypto president,
Yes.
the SEC is canceling all their cases. Coinbase, not the Richard Hart one, but
No, that one. That one. Not getting
Coinbase, Uniswap, Consensus, breaking news, Consensus case also canceled.
And Gemini.
We've got ETFs.
Gemini, yes,
Solana
that's
ETF
fine.
has been
Shut up.
halfway approved. Like, these are bullish news. They imagine we would have had this in 2018.
You just
Well,
remember what they say. Don't watch out. You know what you're wishing for. You just may get it.
That's it now, and we're
And
super correlated.
too many positives in this strange quasi reality.
Yeah, Wall Street
equals a negative.
is Hickory Cock
I
BlackRock.
don't like this timeline.
Hickory cock block.
This
Hickory
timeline
cock
sucks.
So now Wall Street is in the mix, and of course, when they go down, we go down. That's
When they say dip, we dip.
no, yeah.
Oh yeah.
You say we dip, I dip, you dip. So no pain, no gains, right? Is that what we're playing?
I'm planting a victory garden in the backyard so that I have food in 3 months.
Oh my God. Let's check chat real quick. We got Avalon in the house first.
Woohoo!
Our beloved audience. We're really doing this for you guys. We're doing it for us,
Yes.
but also because, as we are always saying, if we wouldn't do the stream, we probably would meet up once a week anyway in some dark tavern and just talk shop. And so
we go to a bar together. Hey, DJ, remember when we used to go to that virtual bar called the Crying Shame?
the Blue Angel? No.
The Flame. But Peter wanted to go to the Flame, but that's found out that was a gay chat room. So
exactly, too many drag dancers. True Blue in the house. Thanks for the postcard about your stream. Very funny, sir. Very funny. Otherwise,
have a drink.
Have known.
The insulin shot. Sorry.
Yeah, shots. True
we
Blue down
by
under.
the way,
Yes.
we may work for you, but you're not paying us. So we're slaves for you.
Kind of
How's that?
unfair.
Don't work in the traditional sense, but we slave.
Get a Wookiee, the Syndicate Capo. What a heck of a name. Where's my Wookiee noise? Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Number 3, thanks for tuning in. Super Hex in the house, Mr. TikTok.
Woo!
Yes, follow Super Hex on TikTok. If you guys like TikTok, that's the man to follow. And El Hexidente as well. Those two are killing it over there. Shilling the pump the tires, pump the hex, pump the tires meme coins. True Blue again with another common markets. Don't worry me. Dem, that's a reggae song, right? Dem no worry we.
Okay.
Blood Moon on the horizon. BTC
That's in 2
people
more weeks.
have been in profit. That's a good take here. BTC people have been in profit. But back in the day, in the olden days, when BTC guys started to selling, they wouldn't sell for stable coins. They would have sold for Ethereum. And then Ethereum and the altcoins went up. But that's not the game, right?
I mean, this isn't even a 40% dip. This is just 24% dip. There is more to come. It's just bull market dip. We have 16 more percent to go.
Lovely.
We have another year of
that's nothing. It's normal.
Avalon
uptrend confirmed.
Avalon is complaining. Hex on Air was first. That's very true. He was first with the look at those faces. Can't be serious, but tad bit too slow because if it's not in restream, you done missed it. But honorable mention. Do it. Pump though, exactly. Paul Sachs in the house. Man, that's a live crowd. We got 80 people watching already.
Why?
That's awesome. Yeah.
Price down.
You guys are
prices are wrecked.
Crying in the corner in a fetal position.
Let's start off with a little weather report, shall we? That's always fun.
Uh-oh.
So here we are. Hex at a penny. Woo!
Woo! We did it.
The thing is, if you switch this to 7 days, we're down 10%.
All right.
If you switch this to 30 days, we're down 20%.
That's it?
Nice.
With all the hex being staked by the OA and the...
It's the rolling stakes, man.
Telling you.
Please stop zooming out.
No. Jesus, stop rolling and dumping.
Stop rolling and dumping on our heads. And 90 days. In 3 months, we lost 50 fucking percent of
50 fucking percent. Is that 55?
Jesus Christ. Of the gains.
What gains?
All right.
That we had that we sort of had in
Okay.
Click
All right.
Hold on.
This is terrible.
Click
Hold on.
Please do it first.
Hold on. I declare a foul on the play. There's a problem here.
What the hex?
Have you guys been through a cycle before? Have you been to 2 cycles before?
Or some other cycle?
Have you been through 2? This is your third cycle, right?
Third cycle, yes.
Dry cycles.
3 cycles. Don't listen,
Okay.
and I still have
Cycle.
nothing to show. So don't listen to me for financial.
No. I want to. Let's harken back. Get this shit off the screen.
Right.
I don't want to be depressed for a second.
Okay.
DJ, can you please? Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gemach,
let me-
gemach.
let me-
It's not as fast.
Let me take you back to 2 cycles ago. Okay, we learned 2 things in the last 2 cycles. What were we praying for before the big bull run starts in the last cycles? Do you remember what we discussed all the time, the last cycle at least?
When ETF.
No, we didn't say that.
When Pulsechain.
No.
No.
Well, of course, while you were saying when ETF and when you were saying when will Wall
When
Street have their
CFD token.
Yes, when all these things were going to be unbridling the crypto market, we were looking at the chart saying, no, it's not over. The sellers are not exhausted. There's no capitulation candle. We need to see that big capitulation candle.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we would be hemming and hawing. Well, maybe this is not going to be such a tragic capitulation. Maybe it's going to be a time-based correction or a time-based capitulation when you sweat people out with sideways and down for way too long until finally they say, fuck this shit, and then they dump.
Yes.
And this time, you're sad about this shit. I haven't heard any of these freaking KOLs saying anything about capitulation comes before the run up, and it does.
Yeah.
Right. And we have to achieve what? Max pain. As we go forward in time, right? Two bear markets before, it wasn't nearly this big money in the system. We were hoping the day that we would be a $1 trillion industry. And now how many trillions are we worth right now, market cap wise?
2.8.
2.8. Laughable 2 cycles ago.
Yes.
We were at like,
well, we were 3.3 last week.
Don't worry about that shit. What I'm saying is it's the same. I believe two things. One, this is not different. It's the same psychology, and we're waiting for maximum pain. If you think you're at maximum pain now, you're not at maximum pain. When you are at maximum pain, you will not want to talk to anybody. You will not want to look at your freaking.
Have you seen Richard's tweets?
yeah.
If I look
you
at
will
my
not want to
Twitter
see
feed,
Richard tweets.
If I look at my Twitter feed, I'm seeing
thing,
a lot of
the
pain.
The second thing I want to say is, if you're here, I urge you. You don't have to take my advice. It's in a court of law. You're not going to be able to point to me and say, Your Honor, I took my financial advice from Papa Boner, and he's right there. No one wants to say that in court, and I'm not going to be there to defend myself anyway, because I'll be dead. Anyway, the point is, trust the man, trust the fucking plan.
That's
Shut
right.
your mouth, keep your head up. As Somi says, back straight, elbows pointy.
Yes. Biceps
and slippers fluffy. Slippers fluffy, right?
That's right.
So that's my bit of positivity and reality coming at you right now. Is you're gonna hear us, crying in our beer here, but truly, if you didn't have any hope that this was true market conditions and the macros are inflicting pain on the broader crypto market, and the broader crypto market's inflicting pain on the alts, and the alts are where we live. If you don't think that that's something to consider, then maybe you should tune out and just chill, because that's the underlying theme. Is we're fairly positive, I believe. I speak for myself. I'm underlying positive, and I may be trying to laugh a little bit extra harder as we go down, but this is all part of the fucking game. Crypto's not kind. Sometimes you got to get your 1% win.
PvP.
You're 1% out of all this coal. There's one diamond, and we believe we're sitting on it. We'll see if it plays out the right way, but undoubtedly, the whole market is just shaking under other conditions, and this is par for the course. Yeah. My 2 cents. How about you, DJ and or Peter?
I'm not Andor. I'm just Peter.
You're from Andor.
You're Andor, Peter. Andor season 2, Peter.
Yeah, as you said, it's just normal cycle, as always had been. He's gonna run. Richard's gonna stop crying at some point. I promise you. And,
now you're promising.
You just all you have to do is send postcards. Send postcards. It's gonna solve all your problems.
Just get a Sharpie pen.
Wife nagging
scratch
you.
Scratch out 38% APY though. Yeah, scratch that out.
Well,
or put a decimal in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Another piece of non-financial advice is you might want to stick to Richard Hart coins, because if you diversified across too many shit coins recently, your portfolio is wrecked right now.
Yes.
Well,
it's well deserved. You fuck around, you're gonna find out.
That's
so
a bit
good
pleasure
luck.
we could take, sort of.
G-
Especially
guys,
when I look at EHEX, not the Peter Hex, but the EHEX. We have less Jeets in EHEX, I want to say. It's
yes,
holding
it's
up.
pre-Jeeted.
It's holding up pretty.
Preaching.
It's almost like a store of rekt value.
I love it.
Yes,
I love it. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
No, but many things we said on this show, you know, a year later or so, they actually turn out to be true. So that's sometimes what I like.
Wait.
Yes.
Hold up. Back up. What did we say that turned out to be true?
Don't do meme coins, for example.
Ah.
Where everybody called us old boomers and you have to get with the times and you don't know, this is a young people's Degens run the chain.
Uh-huh.
Which meme coin did work so far on Pulsechain and is not rekt right now?
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
Let's see the chart.
Most is down to 8, but that's a special one because we know who may or may not hold 95% of the supply.
95. I thought it was 80.
I'll take a meme coin like that, but your average
It's
frog coin.
it's blech.
It's
just,
depends if you bought when Richard tweeted or not, like I did.
Then another thing we said was people neglected their staking ladder versus yield farming, which may have been okay for a year or two, but in the long run,
in the long run, nothing makes yield. Okay,
exactly.
just to be clear.
But anyway, I've done told you so. It's not what comes by me usually, but
it's low inflation and postcards.
Postcards. We always supported the postcards.
How many drunk people are there?
Back in the what
by
the
way,
hex, 120 people watching right now. Thanks for tuning in. Smash the likes and follow
smash
up.
the postcards,
Smash
people.
the postcards.
Jesus Christ.
Another thing I wanted to point out is when we were looking at the 90-day performance, right? If I scroll all the way down on this site that doesn't list B9 token anymore, which is
boo.
Fuck
Look
that
here.
shit.
These are the forked ones. So over 90 days, PDI hasn't really done anything, and
because it's for retarded people.
And Rep BTC also hasn't really done anything, which lets me further know that this was nothing but pumping and dumping by certain influences on your heads.
Of course.
Which is another thing that we warned you about on this freaking show.
Well, the party's not over yet there, DJ. I'm sure that it'll peg to $1. Not
true.
Financial advice.
That is
It'll
true.
peg you in your behind.
Peg you in the behind.
Let's look at the broader markets. Ooh,
beautiful.
This is Bitcoin. Ooh,
it's just revisiting the previous highs. It's
enhance.
Press log.
Log. Exactly. So, but the good news in here is that this has been such a drastic correction that the RSI is now at 10. That's the lowest like it's ever been. So
for now,
I mean, it's still dropping 82, but I mean the bottom is near, and these are some nice capitulation candles, and we've even dropped below the 200 moving average, which is crazy.
Of course.
And Bitcoin is close to the 50, touching the 100-day. So, yeah, well.
Let's see your rainbow chart for a second. The one that
let's look at Ethereum.
Oh, gotta look at Ethereum. Oh
looks really trash. I mean, this had a death candle, even a death cross. Like it had a bearish cross already 2 weeks ago, and now the 50-day crossed the 200, and it's a serious crossing.
Imagine buying 700 million worth of Ethereum at the local top.
Serious cross. Yeah. So now is where, does again, the RSI still has more room to go though. Not on Bitcoin, but on ETH. And the MACD looks trash as well. So not
Ugh,
good.
McD.
Gold, even gold has corrected. Although, if we zoom out here, Peter Schiff, I mean, that's a nice chart. It's like up and to the right.
Well, if you are 200 years old, yes, it's a
up
nice
and
chart.
to the right for years. But
Can you zoom out even more?
no, it stops there. But Peter Schiff has outperformed crypto. But
For now.
But I think this is really correcting now.
What,
the
a
RSI has
3x?
more rooms to go. I mean, let's do what can we do here? 20x
You cannot do
multiplier.
anything. You can send postcards.
Let's do a 2,500. No, not 12,000. 2,500. 20x short trade. Boom! And let's see where we are by the end of the show. It's already in loss. Okay. Oil is pumping back. Drill, baby, drill.
Why are we
All right.
Look at that green candle.
But what I wanted to point out was Dow Jones is like a double top. And this is what Papa B was referring to. Also, the S&P 500 is also correcting hard.
2026 recession. Woohoo!
Nice.
Then we have Bitcoin hash rate. Price follows hash rate. This lets me also know, because this has not really moved.
Bullshit.
Price follows hash rate in Bitcoin. So hash rate still all-time highs. Maybe the bottom is in. Hopium. And this is concerning the stock to flow. Plan B has actually adjusted this model. He put it back to closer to the line. But this is now turning yellow. No, not yellow,
It's
but
orange. It's
light
nice.
orange.
See, it's the
It's deep orange.
2014. It's the 2013, 14.
Yeah, if we do this, I'm following this here. So if we do this, I'm okay. That means we have another year of upside. But if you compare with this, then it's already the top.
Hey,
No, it's not. It's not.
Well, it's something to watch out for.
And come on, I mean, Satoshi's gonna send some postcards. It's gonna be good.
He's adjusted his expectations now with the stock to flow, that his top, which used to be 1 million up here, is now 350. So that has
Wake me up when it gets to 240.
turned more conservative. But hey, if this plan plays out like this here, we have a whole year ahead of us.
Of course.
Nice.
Of course.
The bloody rainbow chart. Oh, no, sorry, that's the other stock to flow. The rainbow chart is not doing anything. It's still in accumulation, and still going sideways. So that doesn't look too worrying. It says basically a fire sale.
Well,
all right. Well, let's check in with our supreme leader. He has been
Never gets old.
Never gets old. He has been busy on the tweets. This is the tweet that
the postcard de la postcards
has the whole community in uproar. Even Ivan on Tech retweeted it. He said, "Richard, you are the community. You do the work. I don't
be
work
the change you want to see in the world.
You want to see something happen, you do it." So I didn't read it as such, but people are so on the edge with their bags that there's like many angry tweets about this one, which is a little bit surprising. Well, it's not surprising, but it's.
Do you think the people are angry?
Yeah.
I mean,
people are mad.
I think there's always
as a point of equilibrium. So now Richard has to feel what we feel.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
He's the member of the community.
that sort of thing, exactly. And I
can't
don't
the
see
devs
it.
do something?
Yeah, can the devs do something? Because also this type of tweet to Vitalik trolling Vitalik. He has done this like 20 times by now, so I don't know why this one gets everybody so upset. It's
do you think Richard's gonna reach the point where he's gonna believe that Vitalik is talking to him via the blockchain?
Get decentralized me on the case. Let's check chat. What does chat have to say? It's just Thursday, exactly. We've got the weekend coming up, so hold on to your hats, you guys.
Yeah, Sundays are great.
Boys, don't cry.
Sundays are awesome for the price.
Need a hex laxative.
No, plenty of that already.
You can farm my yield. Show me your big meme coin. Yeah.
Woo!
Trump is one. Although we showed that one.
Trump's coin is doing bad.
Jig loading. Now we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're all friends here. What's shaking? Hexagon checks my pulls in the house. Chartstone, good to see you. Gold has not outperformed BTC. I know it was just a joke.
Oh yeah, I forgot to laugh about that.
DJ charts.
It's like a dust bomb, a comedy equation joke.
Is still becoming today, or is he sending postcards?
He should be. I've sent him the link.
Yeah, Toby's coming. He's washing his balls. He gets got to shine him up for this show.
Well, if not, we've done some TA at least for you.
Yeah.
DG
All indications say we're wrecked for a little while longer.
We're wrecked, exactly. Peter is excited about the postcards.
Oh, the postcards are great, man.
I know.
The postcards actually are the answers to everything. It's not 42. It's postcards, motherfuckers. Okay.
So Richard is part of the ETH community, yeah?
Yes.
This is the bag.
He's just a member.
It's all-time lows.
Nice.
Oh, well. What else did he tweet about? This I wanted to get Papa B's take on it. Because I'm hearing story. Of course, there was this big story about the Bybit hack. And
he's behind it.
Yeah, first they said,
and the North Koreans, of course.
It was Richard. Let's blame.
It's all Richard.
It's all Richard.
And
by the way, price of BTC going down, he's dumping his bags.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
I called the top on the day. So people are now saying that this is actually a little bit different, and of course, Richard jumping on it with the "done told you so," that it has to do with the Gnosis safe. Do you know about this, Papa B?
Can you explain? You mean the hack?
Not really, but there was a tweet
inside job, man. Inside job malware.
No.
What?
Here, there is a tweet from Somi. North Korea scum hackers didn't hack Bybit; they hacked the Gnosis safe user interface. Because they did an audit on the actual
and infected the front end.
Exactly. So, and the problem with this is that this could affect now, if that is true, not just Bybit, but anyone who uses multi-signature Gnosis shizzle, like the Staker app. comes to mind. What do you think about this?
I think that the Staker app uses, if I'm not mistaken, version like 1.1 or 1.2 of Gnosis Safe as a backend.
Right.
They've had several revs, and there was an audit of that particular revision, and it had some security holes. So in version 2.0, they patched everything up. Staker app was going to revamp the backend to version 2.0. Did not, and now Gnosis Safe is on revision 3 point something. So it's possible. And by the way, let me predicate this on explaining that I've been talking to lots of people. It is the season of everybody getting fucking, falling prey to all sorts of terrible hacks and divulging their keys knowingly to people on Telegram chat. I'm just getting a flood of I wish I could just say it's not happening, but we're losing more money this bull run, this bull cycle than we have in the previous bull cycle. We've done a lot, of work to try to warn people and put out more information. And by far, our community is the most well-educated in terms of security. From my sampling and other groups that I kind of eavesdrop in, we are far more advanced. So the question is it going to affect people? From what I see, people that have had Gnosis Safe tend not to have updated many things because they use it on what they call an air-gapped machine. By the way, if somebody tells you that their whole strategy is to air-gap everything, they're full of shit, because there are no air-gapped systems as long as there's any kind of internet connectivity whatsoever and or some kind of firmware updates ever. So, I mean, I've been doing security in operational technology systems where they're true air gap systems. They're like, manufacturing and stuff. However, vendors still have to have access to the place and update their firmware and their software and middleware, and any of that stuff has to happen inside of the perimeter. So here we have an issue where something happened, I believe, still a component inside the perimeter with a focused attack. Yeah, it's possible that a residual machine could have a bad interface if Gnosis hasn't already addressed this and already released a re-scrutinized front end. I'd be very surprised if they didn't already attack that. I mean, they didn't already accomplish this, given the hack. But my point is that on the dark web, you can go get 10,000 credit card numbers that are supposedly verified active. And you can also pair those up with a long list of social security numbers, and you can steal someone's identity. The problem has always been, how do you parse that information and make use of it as an attacker? It's there. You've got all the components. It's just a matter of putting, your boots on the ground to go and actually exploit something for cash. Is it worth it? The question is, do you think that any user of a Gnosis Safe that isn't specifically, pinpointed for this attack would fall prey to it? The answer is, in unpatched systems, North Korea could easily, in 6 months' time, wait for this to blow over and then trigger a secondary attack that has a very sweeping footprint, right? And all of you guys with dust in your wallets can get robbed. Yes. That's what you sign up for when you use a third-party type of device, or in this case, smart contract. So if you think that there's smart contract risk, there's front-end risk, there's all these bits of risks in the machine that you trust that was manufactured by someone else, right? Yep. That's connected up into an internet cloud that has all sorts of storm drawings all over it and bad things out there. There's always a risk, but the question is it worth the attackers' concentrated effort from a state-sponsored freaking agency of attackers that do nothing more than plot for these things, like Mossad blowing up pagers on someone's hip to ruin all of the, all the capabilities of the top chain of command of terrorists? How long did that take to plan? People say 5 years.
Very long, yeah.
5 years. Huge investment in time and effort, and you don't just set it and forget it. You have to monitor
also
it all the
to
time.
Keep that quiet for 5 years.
You have to keep it quiet for 5 years. So in this case, how long do you think it's been that North Korea has been lying in wait until the market conditions and everything was right for things to go
to pull
pop?
that one? Yeah,
I say there's a lot less to worry about. And I trust that the Gnosis Safe guys know their shit. And if it was an exploit from their front end by a dedicated team much bigger than theirs, government-sponsored attack squad, basically, in several floors in a high-rise office building somewhere in Pyongyang, I'll tell you right now that you're barking up the wrong tree. In my experience, these things take time and money. The expense to actually pull this off was great, wasn't free, and it just takes... it's the stars aligning the right way for people to finally say, push the button. And I'll bet you that the number cruncher with the whiteboard on that second floor of that high-rise office building was saying, nope, it's not the market conditions yet. Go back to work for the last years, right?
Yeah.
So it happened, and I don't believe that anybody has particularly that much to fear. However, I always said that the Gnosis Safe is good tech if you have the latest rev. And in this case, I would have been wrong because I would have said only use their front end as well. But are you at risk? It's easy enough to unwrap everything, and then move it on to a different platform unless you're staked. And last time I checked, Gnosis Safe isn't optimal for staking. So you probably have liquid assets tucked away in that smart contract if it's an EVM chain type of process. And if it isn't, if you were in Bitcoin, if you were in Hex and you were liquid, there's no reason you shouldn't move your stuff off of that. With people that were using the Staker app that was, old revision 1.1 or 1.2 of the backend, and they're still trying to migrate, I urge you to migrate as soon as possible, because we know that that's a few revs behind. And Steph may have other, explanations about that. He's not a dumb guy.
No.
He's just an asshole.
Just an
that's all.
asshole.
So yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'd say that, get your goodies off of that, bring them into I recommend still a Trezor hardware wallet with a passphrase. And that passphrase only exists in the real world. The only reason, well, there are several reasons that I don't recommend Ledger, but the case in point here is that there is residual back-end stuff. There are hooks that will possibly be activated if you opt in to back up your seeds. I don't like that at all, right? Yeah. And the low end SKUs supposedly did not have that in there, but now the rumor is that it's gone across their entire SKUs. So even the Nano X and the Nano S from old times before are upgraded, so they have those hooks in them. I'd avoid that. And second of all, the ledger can also keep in memory the first two passphrases. So I would use the third one that you generate, and then you're in good shape. So don't use passphrase number 1 and 2. Make those decoys, make those dummies, and then use the third one that does not, it cannot be locked behind a separate pin. If that makes sense. If you have any questions or whatever, you can always DM me. Anybody that's listening to this, all few of our viewers, our loyal fans, or whoever you are out there. Thank you for your support.
If
you
still
require
doing
help,
security roundtable spaces, or is that on hold for now?
No, actually, John is doing security Saturdays as he's always done. I was only along for the ride while my creaky knees could handle, getting up early on Saturday morning over here.
Oh my God.
But since I changed time zones, I've, yeah, shut up. Yeah. So since I changed time zones, I've been more receiving more DMs now and practicing more on a one-on-one, absolutely free consultation for people that have any questions at all, need to get things straightened out. A lot of people are just dusting off their ledgers and Trezors, thinking, oh, I haven't used this. Ha ha ha. Some people are trying to be cute about it. You don't get points for being cute.
12 minutes.
Yeah, shut up, Peter.
In other news, the Epstein files have been released just before we started
not so
the
fast.
show.
Not so fast.
You see here?
Several hundred pages.
Not everything, right?
It's available. And someone says that they're primarily flight logs and call records. That's it.
So this is
Just
interesting.
metadata.
And they also shared this with like ex-influencers, like DC Drano, Lips of TikTok. Like wow. So these guys are now publishing those, or what's the deal there? And
I heard
tomorrow.
I heard that only a couple hundred pages have gotten out, and they've only gotten out to specific influencers.
Yeah.
So a lot of the other people that have been left out are crying foul. So
yeah,
Boo,
that's kind of the
boo.
story, right? But isn't this weird that
They should stop crying and send postcards?
But
Jeez.
that's maybe also why the S&P 500 is maybe correcting, and it's not just the shout out to Fast Abdul, the Canada versus USA tariff wars. I really enjoyed that conversation with Fast Abdul and Kareem. That was amazing. On the Game Theory
DJ, you
channel.
may be right.
And wait, hold on a second. Toby's in the
buddy.
chat. And he's
And Toby.
saying that I'm the bloviator.
Ringing
Great.
off.
Yes. No. Toby says, has he said anything yet? Holy bloviations, Batman. The king of bloviations should be coming on in just a moment after he dries off his one remaining testicle.
But anyway, my point was, if maybe one of these tech giant CEOs is on that list, then
One?
or multiple. Maybe that's why the sell the news markets are correcting,
You know,
like the
lawyers
traditional
aren't
markets.
cheap. Lawyers aren't cheap.
We beat them at hockey too, not the Germans. Not the Germans. Actually, we
Who
do
are
have
they?
quite a few Canadian hockey players in the German clubs.
What do you call hockey in German? Is it
Hockey.
Hockey.
you
Hockey.
really call it hockey?
Yes,
Hockey.
ice hockey.
Ice hockey. Okay.
Ice
Well,
hockey.
because I thought you said der Puckenstick or something.
No, we're not
No,
saying
nothing. It's you actually. Okay, well, good for you.
that. BlackRock is dumping.
Oh yeah.
Something what?
Bitcoin.
Hickory,
and
hickory, cock.
Ethereum.
BlackRock is on the block.
And you tried to save that one.
Yes, I don't want to go there. So yeah, but that's really it. So now it would be time for Toby. Where is
Toby's rinsing off his
Drying testicles.
And okay, so while he's combing his hair, we can look at how Michael Jackson's, and this is not racist. I just find this animation very interesting. How his how do you say?
Appearance.
Not his appearance. Thank you.
This is the black and white video.
Scary, right?
2009. That was his
Island.
last form.
Speaking of Epstein Islands, damn, Papa V. Had to go there.
Yeah, well, you know,
Oh man,
I'm not. You got to go to Neverland at some point.
Neverland.
Why did we just show that hideous
As
transformation?
Intermission, like we used to get jokes from Finbear, but
Yeah, but he's just. I guess ever since his country decided to put up a red notice with Richard, things have been a little bit more serious over there.
Exactly.
Please, we need the taxes that were not due because we need chocolate.
Exactly. Also, I'm refreshing all the time the court thing.
Yeah, what's happening with this shit?
Nothing. It's still stuck on.
What does the last updated say?
Stuck on 13 November.
No.
Where do I see the updates at the top?
Yeah.
The what? The
Schuler.
4th February? Like what?
Yes.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Carol.
Last updated.
Work, bitch.
Stop it, Peter. Keep a civil tongue in your mouth. Respect the court.
February
By the
4th
way,
at 8 in the morning. Jesus.
By the way, Feeder is saying it's already priced in.
Yeah.
Game over, man.
Feeder, we've
we're
lost.
all gonna
We've
die,
lost
man.
David Feeder. We're going to Goblin Town.
We never
This is
left.
The
We
more
never left, exactly.
bearish shit I've seen in years.
Well,
Damn.
how many years? One?
Huh?
But Feeder.
I haven't
is-
seen this terrible thing since 1 year.
But Feeder is still the head honcho when it comes to
Validators.
Validators. You know.
Wow.
That's his shit. He runs the chain.
Well, he's doing it for several other people too, right?
I think Richard
That is
should
true,
start
yeah.
some validators.
No, shut up. Bite your tongue.
But here's another advice. we got for
Inflation
you.
bad, man.
Validating.
Inflation bad.
Yep. What about
Postcards
validating?
good.
You look here, you get still 10% APR on the validation. So
Nice.
if you get nothing anymore in the yield farms, you might want to start up some validators. I'm just saying. I'm just putting that out there. Here's our good friend.
Toby,
One
clean.
XO.
Toby, my
Stay away
balls are
from
clean.
the yield.
XOB.
Those damn validators are the only thing I'm making any yield on. Stay away from.
Tell
the
me
yield.
about it.
Yeah.
Stay away
Dude,
from
sorry
Bybit.
for the
Toby.
delay, guys. I came out here. I got everything fired up. I was bringing up the
Rolling
charts.
stakes, validators, bet for price.
Yes, and then I was whatever he just said, but yeah, came out here, opened up the charts. Basically, was so terribly nauseated, I had to rush to the toilet to violently retch.
Yes.
Really?
We're fucked. It's over with, guys. I'm sorry.
We missed the.
I mean, it's like we were doing
the top.
You know, we tried. Again. You know, we were dancing. We were doing the disc jockey thing, trying to keep the party going as long as we could. The Ponzi's up, bros.
Yeah.
It's over.
Toby, get a hold of yourself.
Oh, God damn it.
Toby.
I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore.
Thank you for being so vulnerable.
No,
you need to send more
postcards,
man.
Spit out that soy. Give us some good news, goddammit.
Okay, let's pull up the charts, Steve.
Yeah, you know what? Well, Toby, if all hope is gone, invert the chart for us.
Yeah, right. I don't even know. Oh man. So
Charles Stone says the X files have already been leaked. Possible. I don't know.
One good note. I'm not on the Epstein list.
Sure.
Not so fast.
You're not?
I can guarantee I'm not on that list.
Fucking guarantee.
I don't know.
Oh man, what do you guys want to look at? I don't know, dude. I'm a little out of it today.
I just looked at our short trade. Our short trade that we started beginning of the show.
Who, me?
It's already $10 in profit. Oh.
Hey.
Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh.
What's happening?
We're doing degen experimenting here on the show. So
he's paper trading.
Who did what? What did you? Sorry,
DJ decided without consensus opinion to go and open up a virtual short position with what leverage did you take?
20x leverage.
20x.
Yeah, and I hope it gets liquidated. So is another thing we can tell people on the show: don't leverage trade.
Okay, was this on? What's this on? What?
On IQ Options, the real.
It's on.
We should have a referral link.
Beardcomb.com.
Is that what's happening now? We're gonna start throwing up referral links.
Starting referral links.
Oh well. All right.
And make it good, Toby.
So here we go with the arrows.
I'll do what I can do.
So here's Bitcoin. The channel broken. Oh no.
The channel. Well, channels break. They break up. They break down. What they tell you, Peter, Mr. Kovechnia himself, what they tell you is approximately where you can expect them to go. Right. Mm-hmm. This one. It has not made its full measured move. This is Bitcoin, by the way. This was the parallel channel that we were in all the way back since November 20th. I'm
telling you, 60%.
Hit the top, back the bottom, hit the top, back the bottom. Broke down through. The full measured move of this takes us, actually, what's interesting is down to the midline of this giant white channel. So it would be interesting to me if we had that hard of a capitulation. I don't know that we're going to dip that hard, but we got...
Legorock selling! Of course.
We got down to 80, almost 82,000, right? So the midline takes us down to 77, which would be actually just a whisper away from the previous all-time highs from last cycle at 69, 68. So, technically, and, in a technical analysis standpoint, if you go back and retest the previous highs, that's ultimately long-term bullish. So here is one thing I did notice from this chart. This green pattern, this little fractal that you see dancing around over here, this is the 2021 movement, right? So we went up in February, actually, and then we bounced along it all the way till April, where we got the Richard Hart top call. And then we dumped all the way into into July, going back in time, dumped from April all the way till July, where we turned around midsummer, and then we made its run to the actual all-time high of the year. Sorry, Richard, in November, the Judas wick. Right now, here's what's interesting: if we place this on it from February, which is now, we obviously have done this kind of move early. So, I mean, if you want to do the woo-woo stuff with the fractals, we could actually move this back, and it's kind of crazy how well it lines up with what's going on right now.
Oh my God.
So it could be, I mean, I just spotted this. I'm like, wait a minute, what? And I'm like, so it's kind of curious to me that, we hit in December, right, this top line, and have worked our way along it, just like previously in the 21 cycle, we hit in February is when we first ran up in the beginning of March, actually, and then ran along through April and then started rolling over. So if that's the case, and we just kind of started this fractal early, it's playing out perfectly. And we go right down to the midline in the end of April when everyone was expecting it to top, which would be very contrary. And we get a run and get a second high in sometime in August. Now, ideally for everybody in crypto, we would want this to continue going up from here. We wouldn't want that to be the all she wrote in the end of the cycle, right?
No, that's not what we want, because it doesn't align with the macro situation, right? Because the macro is all bullish, The
macro is super bullish. So I mean, so this could be some major market manipulation over the next month or so. Because I mean, that's only 2 months until the end of April. So I mean, if the fractal were to play out, as we've just kind of done live here on stream,
2 more
it
months.
would be interesting to see if there's some manipulation right along that 100 EMA and then down to the midline. And then we start to go in the end of April when everyone's given up. Like everyone's like, well, shit, we were supposed to top in April and all we've been doing is going down and sideways. Fuck it. Then boom, then we run. I don't know, dude. I'm guessing. I haven't a clue. But it's interesting, that could be something that comes into play. So we'll leave that there and we'll see what happens. Ideally, in my scenario, we just turn around from here. We had the dump. Yeah, we had the little dump below this channel. Let this little thing be a bull or a bear trap, and then we're back in, and we get back up here to the top line and start making moves in April, like everyone was expecting. We will see. Time will tell. So moving right along.
Ethereum, please.
You want to go to Ethereum next? We can go to Ethereum next.
Hold on. I gotta interrupt you real quick because I have a complaint here from Super Hex.
Super Hex, what?
And
He's
he
my
wants
bro.
us to show Crypto Coffee's tweet about the meme coins, and that's fair enough because I had that loaded actually in the background. So Crypto Coffee is shilling pump.tires hard. There are already 21 pages of JPEG coins that have been graduated to Pulsechain. So that's 252 coins locking up 200 million Pulse in liquidity because that's locked, right? So
it's what, $10?
Yes, but bigger picture, this is another way to make our coins more scarce. Is what he's trying to say.
Oh
So
yeah,
people are
scarcity.
definitely doing
That old chestnut.
Scarcity totally works as we.
Hey,
as
here's
we're
a wild one
witnessing
for you.
now.
Wait, let me quiz the audience here real quick.
Yes.
Can you buy a piece of a Bitcoin, or do you have to buy a whole one?
7's in the chat.
Yeah.
If
7's
you
in the
can buy a
chat.
piece-
7.
If you can buy a piece of a Bitcoin.
If you can buy it, yeah, that. Okay.
1/10,000th.
You can buy a Satoshi, bro. So scarcity, schmarcity, it's whatever. I can't do it anymore. All right. All right. So on over to Hex. We'll start with Hex. Or Peter, do you want to go to Ethereum next? Ethereum. Okay, let's do Ethereum. Ethereum wants us he wants me to do that one. So
I want to feel what Richard's feeling.
We dropped out the channel, boys.
Do you know what Richard's feeling? Let me show you. What Richard's feeling is this little thing right here. That little, oh shit, is what is what Richard's feeling. It's like he just broke out of the pattern. Now, here's something to think about. All right,
This is bad.
Yeah, shit. What's happening? I'm freaking out.
Vitalik didn't even use loop. Oh my god. Oh.
Well, here's the deal. Okay, what we have to keep in mind is that when you have a big wick down like this, typically the chart will fill that gap, right? It will go there and it will like make it an established bottom and then come back up, or it'll keep on going down, right?
Can we do a measured move?
Oh, the measured move you don't want to know, bros. But like, here's the height of the channel, right?
Oh my
And we were hoping we'd break out in April and get up there to about, whatever. Okay, if this is a real breakout and we're going to do the measured move down,
Nice.
It's kind of funny.
Now here's the confluences, Peter. I calls them how's I sees them, right? As they say. If you look over here, over to the left of the chart, look at that dashed line. The measured move lines up nicely with those.
It's just a retest. It's just a retest.
Just a retest, everybody. Don't freak out. Now, here's the deal. If we get that measured move on Bitcoin, what do you think this is going to do? Like if Bitcoin goes like sub 70, if Bitcoin goes down and retests the all-time highs from 2021, what do you think is going to happen to this? It
goes up.
It's going to dump harder.
It's going to dump harder, and everybody's going to freak out. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. I'm not ready to sell anyhow. I had no intentions of taking profits at all until probably summer. For when I'm assuming we're going to be in the bull. And I mean, I've even said multiple times. I mean, there's scenarios where I don't sell any of my hex. It's like I've got so much other stuff, Hedron, Icosa, some degen moonback, some other stuff. What? It's like, but the scenario has changed a little bit with the yield going away. What part? Who? What?
Hedron and Icosa, they have a price.
I got a giant bag of hexos that I'm really counting on. Right? I think hexos is going to be the one to lead the charge. I think that. God bless you. So anyhow, Peter, to answer your question, the measured move down. If this is indeed a break,
$1,000
is $1,000.
Nice. We'll be loading up there.
That's right. I mean, who's not?
That's for
who's
sure.
not?
So many postcard tweets.
The easiest.
I'm hoping that this is very much like what's going on with that little breakdown we saw over here in BTC. If that'll pull back up, right here in BTC. That this little deal right here is a bear trap. That people are like, holy shit, we're going down further than here. They look at this measured move down to 76,000. Like, oh God, could we go all the way back and retest the all-time highs of 21 down to 70,000-ish? And like, Katie bar the door, right? They say, I'm dumping, I'm going to buy back in lower, whatever. And then the bulls come back in and like, bear trap.
No, seriously, I think this is just a 30 to 40% correction in bull market. Like,
could be.
Else.
Could be. I mean, from the top to here, I mean, how much have we pulled back so far? 25, 22, 24. Yeah. So from the top, we pulled back 25, about 25%. So that's healthy. I mean, I know that sounds kind of gay or whatever, but it's like, it's
not when it happens.
I mean, you don't want stuff. I mean, if stuff's going straight up, that's usually not sustainable.
For it to happen within a day,
consolidation, you want some capitulation, you want to rebase, and then you want to start building again. So that's what's interesting to me about this little green fractal is like, I mean, this could literally play out, which would be fucking hilarious if we follow that. We'll see. I mean, we'll be coming back between now and the end of April. We'll see if we just kind of go sideways from here, and then a little last dipsy doodle, and then we go in. I mean, this is saying we would start moving back up. We would bottom April 28th. So we'll see here in a few weeks, 4 weeks. We'll see what happens. 4 more weeks.
4 more weeks.
4 more weeks. Okay. So, moving right along, we did Ethereum more or less. I mean, basically, the fractal is not fractaling, the fractal basically, we went the opposite way of what the fractal said we were going to do. So
help me, money's not money.
Now, here's what's interesting. If we did the same thing with this fractal that we did with the Bitcoin fractal and just moved it all forward a few months.
Make it fit.
It fits, right? It kind of fits. Do you know what's real funny, Peter, is that you can actually take the fractals and you can change the size of them. I mean, you can make this fucking shape of an Easter bunny if you wanted, right?
Wonder Twin Powers.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, I keep it legit. I keep it like the exact shape that it was from the previous bull market or whatever back in 21, way over here. Yeah. So I'm not fussing with that to see if it's actually something viable, right? But you can manipulate those things like terribly. Yeah, so basically that's the real shape of it. You know,
got a
that
trading
kind of
question for
what
you
it sort of
from
follows.
True Blue. He wants to know what you are using for limit orders. Well, not Pulse X.
I'm. You know what? I'm not actually. I just, quite frankly, I've just done.
Man.
I mean, my HEX acquisitions for the longest time, I've bought it on Pulsechain, so there are no limit orders.
Right.
So I'm just market buying. So
cheaper fees.
Cheaper fees. You know, I mean, I've looked to see, like, you know, by the time you bridge back out and try to get it over there, if there is a little bit of better deal on Ethereum, you know, it kind of evaporates pretty quickly. So I personally, I just think on the Pulsechain side. And, you know, and I'm not restaking my HEX and haven't been for a little while. And so it's, to me, it's just, it makes more sense to just buy it on Pulsechain. So, in answer to your question there. And then Charles Stones, I saw him. Yeah, that's you got some stones there, Charles. We're talking about my one gigantic ball. It is the size of of 2 grown men's balls. Just one.
It's the same size, but it's just
2
one
combined, but it's just one.
One big test.
Big ball. That's why my voice is so deep. It's a giant ball. Polyorchid, I think is what they call it.
Next chart.
Anyhow, here we go. So let's go. Hey, Peter's favorite,
Peter's
HEX.
got shit to do.
Baby, he's got shit to do, is what he's got.
I have postcards.
Postcards to write.
Peter's got to
post.
From
Peter's going to go play some fucking airsoft in the woods with his Nazi friends. It's like, whatever, Peter.
To lick.
Yeah, look.
It's like, release the Jew, and then they get their airsoft gun.
Enough.
I like that game.
Stop it! Don't feed into this.
Sorry.
Don't even joke.
It's sorry. Okay, sorry. I apologize. Oh my!
That was dumb for even you, man.
That was still. It was. Come on, it's funny. All right.
It's not funny.
It's a reference to Torah, the running of the Jew. Never mind. You don't get these references. Okay, so anyhow,
it's for green.
HEX, the firstborn, the baby boy, Richard's beloved. Right, everybody loves the baby boy HEX, the original, and quite frankly, it's like the chart's not looking too hateful, right? It's like we're staying pretty much within the channel. We had a little dipsy doodle down here, a little bear trap. Had a good run up, coming back down. This is a 10 moving average, a simple moving average, I think is the red. So we've effectively bounced off of that. We're kind of, you know, below the major exponential moving averages, the 21, the 55, the 100, and the 200. So yeah, so we're you know, we're kind of trying to hover here as long as we stay above 0023. I think, you know, we're in good shape. If we go below that, you know, that could be you know, lower lows. But so far, HEX has really been holding up pretty.
HEX is the thing we've been saying.
HEX has been holding up pretty nicely. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see, you know, if we can kind of like skip off the bottom here and start working our way up to those April targets I had for the longest time now, assuming that, you know, it's all the same. Right, that's all the same as 21, and that we're going to start seeing some movement in Bitcoin.
There's not much dumping. It could also mean nobody cares. Could also mean that
nobody cares. Probably
not even the founder.
Could be. Something I did notice though is that everyone was like celebrating the restaking of the God Whale. When I looked last night, he also had an HEX stake that ended for 2.6 billion.
Yes,
HEX, and that did not restake.
Okay, he did a new one, 170 days. Does he know something?
120, I heard.
Yes, yes. Okay, the guy who sent HEX to BankX, he knows something. Yes,
maybe.
BankX has also been selling another 5 million down.
Did they sell a little bit more? Yeah, they're
just
trading,
tiny increments.
Yeah, I mean, definitely is curtailed their dumping with the lower liquidity, because it's like they're gonna eat some major slippage if they try to sell all 200 million. Are they below 200 million? Deej, I don't look. They were close. I think they're 205 last I checked.
Time to offer them an OTC deal, Toby.
Nah, we've done this.
I'm always checking the
wallet
here.
They claim that they didn't get the deal. So why don't you give them the deal?
They're 203.
Give them the deal live, man.
On the Pulschain side, and another 53 on the
yeah.
ETH.
Give you $50 for the bag.
But what was interesting to me is that the real God whale, as of last night anyhow, had not restaked the EHEX. So there's 2.6 billion EHEX sitting there. Now, something else to consider about the stake on the Pulsechain, the Pulsechain side. Yeah, the yield's pretty garbage. However, if you get 100,000 T-shares for a 120-day stake, you're kind of making some yield. Even still, do the math. So, I mean, not a lot, but it's something. So he's basically rolling on the EHEX or PHEX side. EHEX sitting liquid, which is, it is what it is. Make of it what you will. Moving right along, we're going to go to Hex on Pulsechain, and this is where we have a nice big drawing. Pop, I'm sorry, I erased the portion that was the Cocker Spaniel or whatever it was last week.
Oh,
yeah, we got rid of the Cocker Spaniel run up because the sentiment is bullish. No, I mean bearish. I mean, I don't know what. So similar situation. We've dipped just below, right? If it is a full breakdown, we're literally going to all-time lows on PHEX.
Yes.
I mean, I would never call a little dipsy doodle like this that's obviously making attempts to get back in. I mean, you can see that little wick, right? You see that little tiny wick, she said. You see that little tiny wick on this red candle? It's bouncing right off the bottom.
Power.
The postcard pump.
Yes, it's bouncing right off the bottom there. I mean, supposedly postcards have a greater conversion rate than a lot of other types of stuff. So, I mean, it's, whatever. I'm not going to talk about all that. But yeah, so it's trying to get back in the pattern. I mean, if it was a full like breakdown, then I'd be a little more concerned. This, I wouldn't, say that's confirmation yet at this point yet. If we continue down, the measured move is going to take us down to pretty much EHEX prices. So down to 0025. So that would not be, I don't think anybody would like a 75% drawdown on PHEX from here. But that's what would happen if it followed this chart and we did the full breakdown. I'm thinking we're going to start curving back up. We can just move our drawing from last week over here and be like, come on, let's do it this week. Couldn't get it last week. Maybe this is the week. So maybe we start moving our way up, get up to the midline in mid-March, kind of come back down the end of March, and then we start our run up as theoretically Bitcoin starts to move in April. Again, this, everything could be kind of pushed out on the timeline. And instead of everything, Bitcoin making its run in April, it could be May, June. We'll see, we'll see. Definitely the markets are kind of in dipsy doodle mode right now, dipping and going sideways. So moving right along, going over to Pulsechain, or is this PulseX? This is Pulse. Yep. So Pulse is a little more dire situation. I mean, that's a pretty significant dump out of its channel. I mean, people will be like, "Oh, it's the same kind of," but it's like not. It's like
head and shoulders. Head and shoulders.
And this is a week.
Yeah, Peter called it.
So
here's another thing we said right on this show.
No, here's something. No, not a Head and Shoulders. A Head and Shoulders would take us well below all-time lows. So it would be right. Yeah, I know that you love the idea of it, but it's like that's not realistic. It would be really
sad.
It would be really, really, really sad. I mean, it would take us like way down to like we'd damn near lose a zero, bro. It'd be bad.
Free Pulsex, man, for everyone.
So if you want to see the measured move on it, I'll show you. I mean, it's like here's the height of this channel. It looks like we've monkeyed with it a little bit, so it's a little taller.
Oh, deeper.
More brutal. And, oh, yikes.
Oh my god.
So yeah, you're talking. We're going down to 4017.
Buying opportunity.
And it's
just,
a hairy carry.
If I could, I would set a limit order just there.
It'd be a 50, right? Limit orders. Well, if we could set limit orders, we would never get it, right? But we don't have limit orders, so it is what it is.
Thank God we don't.
So anyhow, my thinking is that we could see a capitulation on Pulse itself down to, and I hate to say this because it's like I certainly don't want to we have speculated that Richard watches this show periodically, but quite frankly, the weakness of the Pulse chart compared to the other things, it makes me feel like that the same people that may have been dumping their yield in farming and dumping their hex yield and rolling stakes were also dumping their pulse validating yield. And now all they got left to dump is their pulse validating yield. So
because
hold
we've
on to your
lost
hats, guys.
5,000
He could,
validators.
I mean, I think it's unlikely that he would come after the yield on the pulse validators next. One way we speculated about this behind closed doors, like, how would he do it? Is him spinning up a bunch of validators. I think that would kind of fly in the face of it being decentralized, but there's nothing to say that there couldn't be some sort of like tweak of a knob that would just change the yield from, to ratchet it down to a 10.
Doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But there is a change coming from the Ethereum upgrade, which possibly gets adopted over in the Pulsechain side of things.
So we will have two Pulse and Pulse
Classic. But they can now,
too.
Instead of the 32
Let's
ETH,
fork Pulsechain
to run a Ethereum validator, they can now deposit up to 2,000 Ethereum.
2048.
So you can do more. So the more you deposit, the better the APR, I guess. So maybe that's coming in some way, shape, or form.
Or is it? Or is it? Because if 32 got you the yield of one validator, and now you can do up to 2048 in one validator.
Yes.
Is it actually slashing the yield? I don't know. Good questions. So that's really curious.
The processing. I don't think you can slash the yield.
It's real curious too. And there's an argument. Hang on, Peter. There was an argument a long time ago that people posited, and I did the same. Was like, hey, if there's tons of volume that comes over to Pulsechain, don't we run into the same risk as the high gas fees on ETH? We got tons of volume, the price goes up. I mean, couldn't we be in a situation where the pulse gas is expensive as well? And Richard's very curt reply to those questions, not just from me, but from everybody at the time, was it's as easy as moving a decimal. So there must be some sort of mechanism on the back end where they can change, or he thinks they can change the gas fees. So I would assume they could do the same with validating yield. So my speculation at this point is that, pulse validators are dumping, or people are just losing faith in the gas token, maybe because of the ETH news, because, you can now trade, with this new upgrade with no ETH, right? You don't need ETH as gas. So it would be the same if we rolled it out on Pulse. You wouldn't need Pulse for gas. So what's the use case, right?
But the gas calculation stays the same, right? It's just you can now pay it also with
other tokens, right? But you don't need, but you don't
be
right.
The same equivalent.
Yeah, but like
then the inflation of ETH would go like back up to huge, right?
Right, because there's
nobody's using it for gas.
Yeah, there's nobody holding it.
Alpha you get on the show here, Jesus. So, Toby, you're saying we're getting to parity with Pulse X, basically.
That could be too. That's interesting because we are getting close. We'll see Pulse X next. But I would not be too terribly worried as long as we stay above 403 on Pulse. There is strong support here all the way from the launch. May 15th, that was where we got the weekly candle close, is right there at the bottom of this orange channel. We wicked down to it in July, again in August, again in September, came to the top, death tweet in March, all the way down, wicked off of it.
How could we make the top if people are selling the inflation? That's ridiculous.
What else are they going to sell, right? They're going to not sell their principal. They're going to sell things that they can get for free. So, it makes sense, right? And it's, and that is, I don't know. I'm just pointing out that it looks like Pulse is a little weaker.
How is it possible that price can go up with people selling their Hex rolling stakes, the farm yield, the inflation from validate? That should be impossible. It's not the lack of buyers. No, it's not that.
Well, it is. No. It's both. It's both. It's lack of confidence for people either that already are holding.
Lack of demand.
People, being reluctant to put more money in, right? Because the sentiment is bad. And more people willing to capitulate because the sentiment is bad, right? So it's like it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you cry and bitch and moan all the time about how bad things are, things are going to get worse. I mean, that's just kind of how that
Instead of selling
goes.
postcards.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and everything's going to be a joke. Everything's going to look like bullshit. Everything's going to look like cope. And it's just gloom and doom. And, you know, he's a piece of shit scammer, right? It's like that's the level that the community has fallen to, that, you know, there's that kind of, that kind of verbiage, which is disappointing, you know, because it's like, I think if everybody could fucking calm down, but it's like wrangling cats. There's too many moving parts. There's too many people that have their own agendas, and it's been going on for quite a long time.
That's what it is, because the fundamentals of Hex have not changed. And
nothing's changed.
Richard has not changed.
Nothing's changed. And it's like, I mean, it is what it is. Like, you know, I'm ride or die. You know, it's like if, you know, I'm not selling anytime soon. You know, I've just recently acquired, you know, a fair amount in the last few weeks, and you know what? Actually, this has been a good experiment. Not like Deej's Degen experiment with the leverage, but this has actually been a good experiment because it's not. I mean, it's all relative, right? Like, I mean, you could do it with $100, but it's like I did it with
kind of lost the money.
I did it with more. Check this out. I did it with more than that. But however, it's actually felt pretty good, because if I look at my overall portfolio, it's bigger and pretty, you know, it's been taking some licks, as we all have, right? However, in the last 2-3 weeks, this little bag that I bought that's in its own wallet, and I can just look at it on GoPulse and track, you know, what the value of that is. That particular wallet's only down like 8% when I looked earlier. That feels
moving on to Pulse X, please. We have a show to finish up. Come on.
Next
I'm only down 8%.
Discharge.
We're already overtime.
All right, overtime. Overtime with Toby 1. All right, so we're going on over to Pulse X. Pulse X, we're still within this channel. It's kind of working its way up. I know we got a lot of shapes going on, so don't get weird. We had the big triangle. We're still well within that. Ping, pong, kind of stopping off at the middle here, or at the bottom of this ramp up. You know, we could, if everything else starts to fall, if everything else starts to fall down, starts to roll over, you know, we could theoretically come to the bottom edge of this triangle before trying to move up and have a breakout. You know, we could come all the way down. I don't really see that happening. It's the same deal. We're kind of sort of trying to break the pattern here. This is on a 3-day. The 3-day ends, I think, tomorrow. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. So, I mean, there's still a chance that we close the 3-day within the channel, and we're not below at all on this one, right? We work our way back up. We get to the top of this orange descending parallel channel sometime in April, as I've been calling for a long time now. So this one's really the one that's still on pace to kind of do the thing in April. Everything else looks a little weaker, but we'll see how it plays out. So I'm kind of impressed with how well that we've held up, considering if you just are looking at Twitter and not paying attention really closely to the charts, you'd think that we were, you know, just falling off a cliff and heading screechingly toward all-time lows. And this is actually holding up pretty well. So, you know, I would be looking for us to make a move up back to previous resistance around 4045. Obviously, Pulse would be moving around the same time, up and to the right. Yes. So it'd be really interesting to see if we ended up hitting parity somewhere in that move. And then the top of this chart and the midline of the parallel channel that's working its way up now, this white parallel channel within the orange. If we get to the midline of that, you're looking at 4055, which I think everyone would be a little more comfortable with. And then ideally that is, you know, we're on the verge of a breakout of this channel and start working our way up in April. So we'll see how that plays out. Ink, the baby boy of the family, the clown, how's he doing? Actually, I think he's holding up remarkably well around the $2 mark. We're a little bit below that now. We're at 193. You know, if we did get, I think we were holding there, quite frankly, for like a psychological support. It's like round numbers. People seem to like, they seem to be resistance. They seem to be support a lot. So we were right at $2. We're starting to dip below it some. So it'll be interesting to see if people, you know, capitulate and push this down to the bottom of the channel, which would get us around $1.50. You know, again, nice round number. You know, I could see us maybe going down there and touching the bottom of the chart before we start working our way back up. You know, typically as you're started down, you're going to have to hit some sort of significant, you know, support before turning around. It's odd that you would just turn midstream like that, but we did it here. We didn't come all the way back down to the bottom of the channel. We kind of turned it around right here, and we didn't get all the way to the top. We turned it around. So it's kind of like this wishy-washy pattern with ink. Ink's a little different. It doesn't behave like the others. It's not as clean a thing to chart, obviously. So we'll see how this plays out. You know, right now we're at $1.93. We'll see if we do start to break down. I'd be looking and keeping my fingers crossed at about $1.50. If we break down from there, you know, the measured move, if we want to do it, it would actually literally take us to all-time lows of around 41 cents. Confluence, all that is, right? So if there is some giant black swan type of event, maybe the SEC
Christian would be sweating bullets.
Well, I mean, think about it. If the SEC news comes
after
out,
his recent purchases,
if the SEC news comes out and it's not good, what do you think is going to happen to the charts, right? I mean, even though it could be good long term, because like we fight it and we get a judgment and we win and it's put to bed forever.
Yes.
People aren't going to like it. You know, people want the dismissal. So, you know, that could be an event that could really crush sentiment and the charts subsequently.
That would be super black swan.
I personally think it's all very, very good.
Be a black swan.
We've got
right. It's just a swan.
Racist. Yep.
We've got a pro-crypto president, you know, for the first time in history. You know, we've got Don Jr. at the DeFi convention or whatever that was, I think yesterday. Was that yesterday? Or maybe it's coming up. I can't remember. He was supposed to speak at some DeFi convention. So, I mean, everything's kind of lining up like for a bullish 25 for crypto.
Eric Trump was tweeting today, buy the dip, guys.
Yeah. So, yeah, they need exit liquidity, right?
Buy the dip.
Yeah, buy the dip. Turn those machines back on.
Didn't say
and then we already looked at Ethereum. So, you know, we'll see what happens there. That also looks to me like a bit of a bear trap. But, you know, the measured move down, like we said, you know, Ethereum at 1,000. Yikes. So time will tell, friends. I don't know. I don't know. I wish I could tell you.
Awesome. Well done.
And I wish somebody could fix my lighting. So I'm not so
That's when most people tune into the show. We got 230 people watching live right now.
Wow.
What?
As wowzers. In terms of things to shill before we go, next week is the Captain's Conference in Vegas.
Yeah, go watch it.
On March 6th next week. So it's coming up fast. Get your tickets. They're the VIP.
Spend your last money on the
VIP package.
Don't buy the coins you like.
How much is the VIP package?
It's only 2,600. So they're still.
You read the fine print.
What?
Bye, everyone. Good night, everyone.
Non-recoupable, or what is the fine print? Are you going, Toby? Are you smoking
No.
in the cigar lounge?
Is that a little too honest? I'm like, no.
But hey, it has all your
I'm not
favorite
going to
guys
shit.
here. It's RG3, Crypto Coffee, my man B Roots.
Oh yeah,
that's going to be a festival. B Roots.
Hey, you know what? People are going to have a good time. You know, if it bolsters the spirits of the community, I'm all about it. Obviously, it's easy to poke fun at some of the VIP packages.
It's easy to poke fun, but it's something to do, right?
Obviously.
At least he's doing something.
Yeah, hey, you know, good for him.
It's a meme package.
Like,
Come on, it's a meme package. You come in, you pay $2,500. You get I don't know what. You get a postcard. You have fun.
get a hard seat to sit on.
Sticker guy gonna hand you some stickers. I mean, all the guys shitting on it. Like, what are you guys doing? So,
do you know what? Exactly. Thank you. It's like I got nothing but respect for RG out there, putting himself in the line of fire over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I don't see, quite frankly, with the expense of these kinds of things and how much like revenue might actually be coming in, they're probably losing money to do this. So it's like, you know, I would really encourage people to maybe like, you know, just don't be the typical peanut gallery just throwing shit. They're trying, right?
And the regular ticket is $369. It was $250 for most of last year, so now it's bumped up to $369.
Hey, eggs cost more now, man.
Prices, you know, so get the regular one and hang out at the conference. Then also, I wanted
or
to
just
share.
don't get a ticket and figure out where everybody's hanging out in between events, and then you can kind of do it on the cheap.
Yes, like Hexo did it last time.
Right.
So Fast Abdul, shout out to Hexo. Fast Abdul is launching his own shitcoin. You might want to check that out. It's an immutable stable coin backed by Richard Hart's
The chart's
Inc.
gonna. The chart's
Just listen. Shut the fuck up and let DJ finish.
No sacrifice.
I want to go out of here.
There's none of
DJ,
that here.
please.
We don't let people finish sentences, Papa. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
DJ, go ahead.
Thank you. And then since we had elections now in Germany, it is what it is. But now it's carnival season. And for the outro today, we're going out with an absolute smacker. We already got the copyright strike from the Madonna track earlier. So I thought we might as well. So let's listen to this.
No super chats anyway.
No, hold on. I forgot our short trade. It's wrecked. So you see, the market turned against us. And
did you get liquidated?
We're still losing money. So if I close this now, $65. That's all our super chat money gone.
Write it out.
We didn't really lay it in.
Double down.
So this
We're
is all
not gambling
just on a test account, but it's to show you can never be sure what looked like a safe trade, wasn't, and that's how that goes. So let's go out with a smacker. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Hit the likes, and 20 people tuned off already. Interesting. So we see you guys on the